President Biden used the COVID pandemic as a way to forgive thousands of dollars in student loan debt for millions of Americans. But some Republican-led states, including Arkansas, have sued, claiming he doesn't have the authority to do that. Well, today, the Supreme Court justices heard arguments in the case, and Skylar Henry reports on how those justices may be leaning.
Students demonstrated outside the Supreme Court as justices heard arguments about the constitutionality of President Biden's program to forgive up to $20,000 in student loans for millions of Americans.
I applied immediately once it came to my email, and I saw that I was approved within a few days to a few weeks. But then it was also very disheartening to turn around to see that the Supreme Court did put a pause on that.
The conservative members of the court had questions about the president's ability to sidestep Congress in forgiving the loans.
We take very seriously the idea of separation of powers, and that powers should be divided.
But the government argued the 2003 HEROES Act gives the Secretary of Education the power to waive any provisions of the student loan program in a national emergency. That argument seemed persuasive to the liberal justices.
Congress doesn't get much clearer than that. We deal with congressional statutes every day that are really confusing. This one is not.
As many as 43 million Americans could see some or all of their student loans forgiven if the court allows the program to continue. But some of the justices question whether that's fair to everyone else.
Why was it fair to the people who didn't get arguably comparable relief?
It was fair because in the absence of this relief, it's undisputed that there are going to be millions of student loan borrowers who are not going to be able to pay their student loans.
The Congressional Budget Office says the program will cost more than $430 billion. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
Now, the court usually announces decisions in big cases like this in late June, early July.